Welcome to another episode of Chronicles Reviews with the Less Than Stealthy Ninjas, and you're rolling with the Cinema Bros because we are brothers and we're brothers.
We're happy and we're singing and we're color.
Ba-da-da-da.
You give me a high five.
Scooter Ray, Tyke B, Chronicles Reviews for the uninitiated is where we talk about things from TV, movies, game, events, conventions, and things like that. And we just released seeing The Monkey. I know, right? That came out all wrong. It is a Stephen King, short story, novel?
I think it's a novel.
Stephen King short story, produced by James Wan, written and directed by Osgood Perkins. You know who directed Long Legs last year.
And of course you know who James Wan is. I'm sure you probably know.
And if y'all don't know who Stephen King is, then just cut the video off.
Let's turn the TV off.
But The Monkey, to give a synopsis of the story, brothers are plagued with an evil monkey.
Twin brothers.
Because we can't call it a toy monkey. But they're plagued by an evil monkey that
brought down from their father, the deadbeat father.
And things happen while this monkey is around. And that's the best we can say without giving it away.
Once you turn the monkey on, somebody turns off.
Turn his TV off.
Yeah.
Literally. The TV gets turned. And, to quote the movie tagline in essence, and to also quote Lance Archer, who in AEW has been saying it for years, everybody dies, but my goodness. And some was touting it as kind of Stephen King's Final Destination, that type thing. And I can see why they're saying it. But if you go into it thinking that, and depending on how you feel about the Final Destination franchise, that could be misleading. Because yes, it is Final Destination-like, but I put it more akin to like Tucker and Dale-esque. With the whole, I consider because the way the people were dying. Yes, Final Destination can be adjacent, but my goodness, the deaths in this movie were
one of the main things from this. It is shot so beautifully. It is a well shot movie. Got the eye.
He has an eye.
I gotta see who it's his. I don't know if he does his own cinematography or if he uses the same cinematographer, but you can definitely tell his work. Like you can you can really tell his eye for stuff.
One thing I do appreciate about this movie and the story that it's not overly complicated. I mean, like I said, if we're going to give it parallels with Final Destination, just like how Final Destination was like, hey, y'all escape death, death is after you. This was very much, this is here. We don't know why this is here. But when this is here and this is around, bad things are going to happen.
And by bad things, somebody going to die.
And, funny enough, it's kind of like that age-old question of, would you press a button to get $1 million and a random person die? It kind of...
Oh, yeah! That is almost perfect.
Yeah.
It's almost perfect whenever you see, like, those memes or those people trying to ask you questions about... If you can press a random button and you got X amount of dollars or X amount of whatever the fuck, and a random person dies, that's literally what this movie is.
Now, of course, there's way more to the story than that.
And there's no money involved, but...
Yeah, and there was no money involved.
There was no prize to be had. I guess the prize is the fact that you just don't die.
The cast consists of Theo James and Tatiana...
Maslany,
who she was
She-Hulk.
And that's pretty much the cast. And was it Colin O'Brien, who we're not gonna tell y'all who he is in the movie, but yeah.
What you call it? I don't know the kid name, but I feel like
that's Colin O'Brien.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I will say this. Now, Tyke and I have decided that if it's a movie we plan on seeing, we're watching minimum trailers.
Yeah.
So we don't know what the last trailer of this movie holds or what it showed, but I'm glad I'm on this kick of staying away from trailers.
Yeah.
Because I had fun in this movie.
Yeah.
And
going into movies blind.
Yeah.
Like almost like when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Like almost like when we were growing up, and like I was saying, like back in the day, whenever you would go to the video store and you did not know what the rental was, you just had to go based off the cover art, and if it intrigued you enough based off the actors, the log line, then you picked up that movie and said, "I'm gonna rent this bitch for this week." You know what I'm saying?
And you had to just deal.
Yeah, instead of going,
you loved it or hated it,
you had to just deal. But like now, movies are showing half the fucking movie in the trailer, so
yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the least you know about this movie, the better, because it was fun knowing the premise. But if you know how people were gonna die, or what kind of deaths was gonna be in the movie, or you know how sometimes you watch those movie trailers and you like, wait, they haven't went to the hotel yet. So I know there's supposed to be a scene where they go to a hotel.
Right,
and you know, that kind of starts to like, then you're kind of waiting on certain moments, because then you might get that moment of, well, we thought this character died, but wait, they showed them at a hotel.
I didn't see them in
and
this
then you're
scene
like,
yet.
you know,
I didn't see them get dragged away yet.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying the whole pretty much either blind or legally blind or blind adjacent, because having fun watching these movies with minimal, because you know, especially too with a 2-3 minute trailer now can pretty much show you a whole movie, especially if the runtime is like an hour and a half.
Trailers should just set the tone, like just set the vibe of the movie. Like, I feel like we probably shouldn't even really know the plot.
And you know what's crazy? When we first was introduced to this movie is when we saw Cuckoo back in August, and all they showed was the Drum and the Monkey, Stephen King novel, James Wan produced, directed by Osgood Perkins, and the scene where he was taking off the glasses with blood everywhere. And we was like, we're in. And
just off name value alone, like, you can just already expect that, you know, a reputation and prior history that you'll be like, okay, I'm a fan of these people. Yeah. So let's just see what they cook up.
It was a good time. It had a little bit of comedy.
Let's get to the ranking.
All right, so of course, our ranking system here on these CCRs got trash. I mean, that pretty much solidifies that. I got the pass, which, you know, whether it's AMC or whoever has passes to where, you know, you get to see movies free. I got the pass, where it's like the movie wasn't terrible, but it was like, I saw it because I got the pass. I could have waited for streaming. That pretty much sums it. Movie FOMO, and this is cinema. My base score, movie FOMO. I would have felt away if I didn't see this movie.
Word.
Base score is movie FOMO. It could go up to cinema, but base score for sure is movie FOMO.
Okay.
Because I would have felt away. I would have felt away if I didn't see this movie. And you know how we do after movies come out, when you start to see little trailers here, then you start just seeing too much shit. And you're like, wait.
Yeah, once a movie drops, they just be like, look, if you ain't seen it in the first 2 weeks, that's on you at that point.
Hell, after the first weekend.
Honestly, yeah, now. Especially now, since people openly like to spoil stuff. So, yeah.
But movie FOMO is the base I would give this.
Fabulous.
But what say you, Tyke?
I'm saying trash.
Trash, really?
Trash.
Okay. Hey.
I didn't like her.
Okay.
Could you imagine? Oh my God, I'm lying. Like, could you imagine?
Right?
Like you just heralded it as this, like, oh, and then I was like, I think it was.
Oh no, it has happened before. It has happened with myself. Bossing around, you'll be talking up a movie, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm on the opposite end of that. I'll be like, I ain't like none of that. Like, here I am killing the mood, because y'all was all happy, and I was like, I ain't like none of that.
Yeah, no, I think same.
FOMO,
FOMO for sure. I feel like it could increase with a second watching and maybe like a deep dive. While I don't know if necessarily this movie has more to it, but it is Osgood Perkins.
Right? It could be,
so
like,
it could have a little bit more.
The monkey is a metaphor, and each time he played the drums, it signifies that the heartbeat, and when he stopped, that means the heartbeat, and if you listen to the rhythms, that let you know who was gonna get it next. It was like, how did y'all figure that out?
Okay, that part.
And then Osgood be like, they ain't meant none of that.
They ain't mean none of that, but like,
I rock with it.
Okay.
I rock with it.
But yeah, no, it was fun. It has a heavy kill count. Okay, it's been a while to go into a cinema and see a high kill count, and a high kill count that we actually see them.
Yeah.
And not hear about them or hear like a flash from a news report or something. I think every kill that they mentioned, we saw it.
Which I didn't see that thing, but yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck that thing. Fuck that advertisement.
So I will say this. What he just said was a great thing they did. If they mentioned it or if they said it, they either cut away and showed it, or you saw it in real time.
It was no off-screen deaths, baby. None.
We got it
in all of its glory.
I will say this without spoiling anything. There's only one death in that movie that I will be okay with if it happened to me.
Ooh, which
only
one?
I'm not going to spoil it. I'll tell you off.
Okay.
I'll tell you off.
And then I want you to tell me your favorite one.
Yeah. But there's only one. And we're leaving it ambiguous because we want you to go see it so that way you could be like, wait, which one would he want it?
Stay away from people who spoil it, or if you have any interest in wanting to see it, just just watch the creativity unfold. Don't let nobody spoil it for you. Please just, go in blind and just revel in the magic that was produced. And also kudos to the acting as well, because it is not an easy feat to have to play two roles of two different characters. Two actors definitely did that in this movie, and they did a damn good job. Yeah, that's all I got.
I mean, that's pretty much all, because we don't want to delve into the spoilers.
Yeah.
So The Monkey, movie FOMO, go see it. Whether you pay for it or got the pass, go see it. But yeah, whether you loved it or hate it, don't forget to rate it. Thumbs up, thumbs down, preferably thumbs up, or we'll play the drums.
Alright.
Because when you hear them drums.
Oh, and by the way, this motherfucker beat me up before this.
I'll do it again.
Hey, bitch. We are taking her, bitch. Let me go.
Like, share, subscribe, comment. After you do all of that, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can be notified for other CCRs and anything that gets posted on the YouTube channel. Shout out to Cosmic Boss or Run Your Miss. And until next time, just stay away from devious-looking toy monkeys.
And miscreants like this who like to fight in the parking lot.
NXT taught me well. Peace.